The three most important components to boxing training, we got to dive into this, is to make sure that you clear on what you're putting into your mouth every single day. We call that meals, okay? Food, components. Not only are you responsible for having the food, but one thing that has to be front and center. What is the likelihood that I'm going to follow a meal plan that's very difficult? It's very, very unlikely. You've done it before. Remember? That's why it didn't work, because every day you had to figure out all of this new stuff you got to put together. So, term of the week, compensatory control. Do what you do every single day the exact same way, eat the exact same meal, wear the exact same shirt. This is what we call a brain hack, the biohack, the success hack for a person who's scattered. Let's drill and nail it all down so that you can have a higher rate of success and less chance of failure because of abundance. Let's build slowly at one brick at a time and build over the course of time. So now, the next component, the key to building a physical frame, your dynamics of your anatomy, are being very clear about what you need to do and not overdoing it, not building muscle and throwing off your growth plates with your young athletes, and not throwing out your back as an older person training. We have to keep all of the things that are on the dotted line, dotted, the T's crossed, the C's hooked, and no matter what you do, make sure you stay in between the lines. These are the most important parts of being a successful individual, and no matter what journey you're embarking in on. So why do I come to this conclusion? Because some of you have seen me begin my 90-day transformation, physical, mental, psychological, all of the above. And I'm on day 5, and day 5, I run into a hurdle, and that hurdle had nothing to do with my order, my structure. I drank a beet juice too late, too much energy going into my body as I'm trying to go to bed. Went to sleep for 2 hours, up all night. Mistake. I needed that rest because my body's in a transformation mode. This is where, when you get into something, you don't want it to flail. So why am I coming to you today, just in the middle of a day, with this information? Because in our polls, we're having people asking us questions that it makes me cringe, because I should be doing a better job getting the information to you. So, hey, unplanned, unexpected, definitely not on my repertoire today, but I had to do it because I want you guys to understand what it actually will take and what you just need in front of you. Number 1, the meals. Number 2, how to build. You are not focusing on the skeletal frame, so you probably don't have to worry about growth plates. But what you do have to worry about is ligaments, tendons, and muscles. So we're going to teach you this basically out of a calisthenics progressive development system. Okay. And I say system because I'm someone that's experienced. I'm not, a lot of these younger influencers who have a voice out here. I'm an authority in my industry. I work for professional organizations. I do deals with networks. What I want to do is take the time to make sure that what we've left in your hands is good enough for you to actually catapult yourself. And then I can maybe anoint you as a general one day in the army, because we need to layer this thing. So how I come across and teach is very important. So I like to take what you tell me, and I like to use that, and like to build upon it. So you guys are conscious that we have subscriptions. So what we wanted to do, because this is so difficult for most people to really get going and stay going, and if they stay going, sometimes they overdoing what they're doing. So I'm going to go directly into a diagnosis framework. We're going to diagnose issues and we're going to attack them. So if I have your nod, I'm going to move forward with the diagnosis. I'm not a know it all, but what I do know is what I will share from experiences. And I can't tell you something unless I can tie an experience on to it. That is that fair? Is that fair? I'm not going to pop out here as one because forbid you have enough people talking in your ear as you scroll 3 or 4 hours a day. I won't be one of them. What I will do is I will diagnose things from my perspective, my hypothesis I will give you, and I will give you my life experience. And what I'm experiencing now is a consistency and lack of understanding how to physically train your body. Therefore, I brought a 2-time world champion, former NFL, former reality show winner, onto the show, best-selling author, onto our podcast as a co-host, and gave you the behind the scenes of what someone like that did from one level of sport, one professional sport to the next, to big time TV, to the world of being an author. I did that because I care so much about anointing the next guys and appointing the next guys. So this calisthenics training development is 12 peaks because there's 12 phases and components to building a person. And so this is a phase of that, and it's broken into different components. So we're going to put this in our subscription. Okay. This is going to be in the subscription. Now, the thing is, there's a 14-day trial for the subscription. You don't have to dive right in. You can go in and say, hey, I just get to look. What you do have to do when you do subscribe is we need the email because all of these will be emailed to you. The training and the meals. I don't know if you've had a hard time with meals. Now, this is meal plan you'll get to after week 4. This is a meal plan that offers multiple choices in how you go about eating. Okay, so what you have to eat is cool, but what you have to do, what I've found over the course of this week, with having one meal plan, like one day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, that's worked for me. I can't tell you how great. Now, if I would have gotten a meal plan that has 5 days, I'm on day 5, and I've eaten 5 different types of combinations, I probably would not have been successful. Or maybe I would have made it to Wednesday, but somewhere in there, I would have botched it. I've already struggled with getting all of the meals into my body because those are whole foods. So it doesn't take as much to fill you up. Like today, I had bone broth. And then I finally got my lunch, my salmon, smoked salmon, Alaskan salmon, that is, and my sauteed spinach, my raspberries on top of that. And I'm nice and satiated because there was a small puddle of brown rice. And for those of you who are unsure about when you're talking about components, macronutrients, proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, my complex carb selection would be chickpeas, sweet potato, and quinoa. Okay. But someone like myself can eat a lot because my metabolic rate is just different. And like I said, I know a lot of you want to get in shape and learn boxing. I like teaching and sharing the knowledge of boxing. So this is going to help every single person who's in our subscription really have the 3 things that it takes: meals, programming, and leadership. Typically, you don't get leadership that is as accomplished. But this is where I'm coming down into the foxhole with everybody. And I hope you support me on doing that because there's so many good people who all they need is the right pathway and some leadership. I need leadership. I can't do it on my own. I want to meet the person who doesn't need leadership. Leadership is your navigator so you don't go in circles or fall off. We definitely don't want that. So I don't know what you're watching this on right now, but on the screen, there's a subscription button. Press subscribe. It costs you nothing. And no matter what you do, make sure you DM us your email if you are trying to change your physical components now, and that is not happening. If you've hit a plateau and you need someone who's an expert in transforming people, I got over probably 100,000 pounds of weight loss under my belt, and I built bodybuilders, I built athletes, world class, NFL, track, football. The only one I haven't done is, well, I did have a baseball player. He actually played for the University of North Carolina. So I had a baseball player too, and a pitcher, Mr. Megan. So I got a lot of experience to bring to you. And of course, y'all know I got the boxing stuff, but I'm looking forward to doing this. I'm all in on this subscription. If I don't get a lot of people really excited about it, then I get to drop it. I won't worry about it. But from what the polls are saying, a lot of people are having a hard time figuring out how much resistance training, or if any, to add to what they're doing to get to the next level for themselves. Now, with athletes who compete, there's a different formula. But if you're someone who wants to look like you are a boxer and get the body and all of that, then we can play. We can get directly into some dumbbells, some calisthenics, and all of the good stuff. I can make you look like you're applying to be in a movie. As a matter of fact, we got an impression from Michael B. Jordan 2 days ago. So that's a cool feather in the cap. He loves our stuff too. So if you're trying to look like Michael B. Jordan, you want to get all the smoke, then this subscription is perfect for you. If not, then we'll just keep on moving and just bring the smoke with you every single way, every single day. Now, one thing I will be clear on, the longer conversations that we're having, we have to transfer them into our subscription as well, because what's happening, you can blame the metaverse and you can blame the YouTube algorithm, that it prevents the content from going further because people like bite sizes and then they're gone. So it's taking a humongous hit on the page. So in order to keep it like that, we keep short reels on the page and the deeper conversations to give you more education in our subscription. So if that's the main reason you want to be in the subscription, then that's a great reason too, because these kind of talks will be mostly in there and we won't saturate our feed. Now that's up to the algorithm. You guys can write the metaverse, Mark Zuckerberg, if you want to. But that's kind of what we have to do. We have to listen to what it's telling us to do, and the metrics tell us that. So I look forward to helping you guys get the meal on point, introduce you to compensatory control, and make sure that no matter what's going on with your life, you're not interfering with your muscle protein synthesis. Okay. The muscular protein synthesis process must go on, and you don't want to develop all of the negative things that can happen to you if you don't get that body enough protein. And so we're going to talk about in this conversation, the first conversation inside of our subscription is going to be how much time that has to be allotted between your workouts when you get to a place where you're doing 2-a-days. And this is going to be actual data broken down, and then make it very clear how to really amp up things when you're going into the season. Like we're about to go into summer. So you guys probably want to look your best. How you do that, that's going to be our first discussion. So that's all I got. I know I see questions over here coming from YouTube. So YouTube's in the building. And I'm gonna screenshot these and pay attention to my next thing. Uh, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate you guys, and we'll answer all you guys' questions. I can guarantee you that. So make sure that you stay there and I will contact you guys directly. All of you guys who are jumping into the subscriptions, remember, it's a 14-day free trial on Instagram. And if you're going hard and you're going to get going, you might as well get going with me, because I'm going to take you like by the bootstraps and bring you across that line. So all of you other guys, continue to watch. And like always, save this video to refer back to and follow for more. Coach Bradley signing out from South Florida. Peace.